to Trading Lounge and the US Indices, and it's the 10th of April. So on the tick chart here, 100 ticks, I'm just going to stay on this chart today. There's no need for me to look at the bigger picture here today. The pattern that we've got here is that from the top here, this move down through here is in 3 waves. And also this move up through here is not in 5 waves here, it's 3 waves. So this makes the whole pattern here corrective. So it counts best as a little ABC for the A wave here, and ABC for the B wave here, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 here and 5 here, with 5 waves in this structure here. So what I'm saying here is that we should see the market push up from here. Okay, so the long trade should be, let's just borrow this here for a moment. Oh, we can't put that over there. So the long trade should be on support of 28.80 here. So you know the routine is a classic trading levels pattern. I can't draw over this side, so I'll just use this level here as an example. So the market's moved up here, so that's the arrival, the reaction. So the arrival, the reaction, the first high above the level, and that becomes our reference point. So an A and a B and a C wave back here. So this is our reference point to go along on. You can bring it down to the second one. You can also bring it down onto this one here, onto the actual level itself, if you see support there. But in a nutshell, they need to be breached here, and then the stop goes under here. So that would be the play to the long side. If this market, I mean, this is the high here, but there's only 3 waves here, so that's why I've looked at it as a B wave. But if I've made a mistake, I can't see where though, but if this is the high just here, then we would need to look at this as 5 waves down through to here, and in that case we would because if this is the low here, we would take out these highs here, right? So we would end up up into this space up here. We can get to that later, but the trick here, the resistance here, would be from that high to this low here, and that would come in at the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, so that this is the resistance here. So this is where you're going to have to be a bit patient and give it some time to develop here. So what you could do is you could trade to the 28.85 from the 80 here and then get out, but if this became the support here, then you know you can trade long from that point. Okay, so we don't need that. Well, I'll just put that on here then. So if that becomes the support, then trading above it is not support. It needs to see this is here, this is the trap here. So the breakout's important, but the retest is if not more important. It's just a part of the process. So the other point here is that if this low here is breached at this particular point, if I've got this pattern wrong here, if this low here is breached, then we're going to come lower. So then we'll come down to the 38.2% retracement level, so at the 28.55, but we're very close to the midpoint at that stage, so the 28.50 would be the target area at that stage, and I'd need to look at the structure at that point there. But as it stands, this is quite a nice A, B and C correction here. Being a wave 4, it could get bigger and uglier, but it seems pretty straightforward at this stage. So we'll be short below this level here, and we can be long on this level here. I will go to the hourly chart just to check that. So yeah, I won't do anything here on this here, but this is where it can come down to at this stage. So I've taken it from this high here, and I've got an A wave and a B wave and a C wave here. I can see that this is the high here, and that would count as 5 waves here. So in that case, we would see, as I mentioned before, that a little A B and C here into the 2850 and then come down 3, 4 and 5 here if that was going to be the case. But I don't see 5 waves in this little structure here to call that in as a high here. So yeah, we'll see. So a little bit tricky. But yeah, if that is 3 waves up here, right, then from this low here, just draw that line through there, and that's where you can go short at that point. I'll just put that in. And if you can't get the pattern right, then just being short at the 72 here as resistance, that would also be that would be another way to just sort of look at. I know it's a little bit late and all the rest of it, but it still comes on that low there, so a breach of that low there, and long on this side here. So we also want to be looking at going long on that little section in here as well. So a little bit tricky, but maybe even trade less because we're trading against the trend here. So yeah, anyway, yeah, that's pretty much sort of it. Let's see how we go. So we've got strategy here anyway. So for whatever reasons, if this drops down through here, then you need to be short below here. You can use the 72 here, that's the group 2 here, so be as retested resistance, be short there. On the upside, trading long, that's where the problem is going to be. If this is in 3 waves going up here, then draw a line through the bottom from this one here. The only way I can draw a line through there is with this tool here. So if you get this low, the second low here, then that becomes the resistance to short below that point there. Alrighty, I'm just going to keep it, I've just wanted to sort of distill it down to what we needed to do at this particular stage. So yeah, alrighty, cool, cheers.